Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Wednesday, January the 27th, and welcome to our video commentary. Well, I'm sure you've been watching the news like I've been watching the news, and it seems like we've had a tsunami of executive orders. I mean, it's all he's done for a week is sign executive orders. And he's not the first one who has signed executive orders at the beginning. I'm sure all of you remember President Obama signing an executive order, I think, on his first day on the job, saying that he was going to close Guantanamo. Obviously, that did not happen. Executive orders are often symbolic. They're not as consequential as they're made out to be because they're not really a law. It is, I mean, if you're going to pass a law, you have to go through Congress. And, obviously that's not happening here. So a lot of it is just administrative memos, administrative changes that are not as consequential as the title of the executive order may say. But, it is something that you got to deal with. Most of the time, executive orders end up in the courts. We saw that with the deportations, and I think we're going to see it with the pipeline, with closing the construction of the border. Other things, I'm sure, will end up in the courts, and much of it will be tied up in the courts for quite some time. Look, DACA is still in the courts, and that goes back to 2012. So it'll be in the courts. Many of these things will be in the courts for a while. But the question I have is, did you hear about any of this during the campaign? Did we ever have a discussion, let's say, during the campaign? Was ever a question in a press conference to then candidate Joe Biden as to what he was going to do about, the border, or he was going to do about the pipeline? I mean, did he ever say he was going to close the pipeline and eliminate X number of jobs? Or did he ever say that he was going to stop, let's say, energy leases in federal property? I mean, was that ever a part of the campaign? I don't remember any of that, and I thought I followed the campaign quite well. I mean, clearly the media did not ask Joe Biden a lot of tough questions or a lot of defining questions about what he was going to do. And I think that's why for many of us, some of these executive orders are a bit of a shock. What they also confirm, two things additionally. Number one, they confirmed that he doesn't have the votes in the Congress. So he's doing whatever he can by executive order, but he doesn't have the votes in the Congress. And if he wants to make substantial change, he's going to have to go through the Congress. The other thing that it confirms to me is how indebted he is to the left of the party. All of these executive orders are coming from the left. None of these have a centrist flavor to them. They're all coming from the left, which clearly confirms that the left has a lot of influence on the presidency of Joe Biden. Now, I think the left could eventually hurt Joe Biden, but for the time being, they're certainly getting whatever executive order they want because he's just signing them. They put him in front of him and he signs them. And so far, the left is getting its way. We'll see how all of this turns out in a few months. Thank you for watching. And if today is your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.